So I just say, shout out to
Matchday Affairs, our content partner.
Okay.
Pak, serta.
Let's see, ah.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. You for me.
You want get that? Okay.
Pro lah.
Welcome to a new exciting season with Friends TV Kiss My Badge. A shout out to our content partner Matchday Affairs, and first things first, we've got lights.
New
And
lights.
we're so happy to see all of you to join us in this season's build up and whatever you call it, because we've already passed 1 week of games.
Yeah.
And today's discussion is going to be a lot focused on the upcoming season, the hopes for our teams. And as you've noticed, we have a guest with us.
Yeah, I guess you are so introducing. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Melvin. I'm 43 years old this year. Liverpool fan, as everybody can see, since 1982. So I grew up watching great players like Ian Rush, Phil Neal, John Barnes, Steve Highway. These are the players that actually I grew up watching, and it's good that the team is back, winning trophies. And I hope that this season we'll continue where we left off.
So maybe you share with us how you start supporting Liverpool.
Okay, it was when I was 5 years old, if I remember 5 or around there. So when back in those days, there was no such thing as live games and all this sort of thing. So the only way that you can actually catch results of your favorite team was through Sunday. There was a summary program of whatever happened in the league the previous week. Okay, and if you wanted to find out results live, there was only one way, which was BBC Radio 88.9. And if not, you just had to wait for the newspapers. And then you flip the newspapers, and back then it's like, because Liverpool were the dominant force of the 80s. So practically everything was concentrated around them, I would just say that. So naturally, my love affair with Liverpool, that's how it grew.
We can see the transition actually. You see, from the 80s to 90s, it's always dominated by like one or two teams only. But now you cannot say a dominant force anymore.
Leeds.
Literally, what?
Unless you're the Farmers League lah.
Yes.
You
There
win the
is no-
title 9 seasons in one row.
There is no team other than Man City who actually defended their title. They had two champions. They had two back-to-back champions in I think 17 and 18. After that, no more. Everybody is like one trophy. After that is another guy.
So next one is Arsenal lah.
Confident, so far, confident.
I just to say.
It's only one game, bro. Only one game. So Arsenal is
Arsenal is top of the table now.
But
I wanted to say that. Bro.
Is it because of the alphabetical order? Because you started.
Hey, brother.
It's okay. It's a long season. And I mean, happy that you got a good start.
I have to say that Arsenal, with their new signings and all that, right, and Arteta at helm, they are looking very good. I watched the game. Wow, the way they play, they are very secure. They can pass the ball around. They have an aim now. It's not like Hayless Chicken, pass it, but there's no intent. Now they have a lot of intent. You can see where they're going with the ball and all that.
Since we are talking about Arsenal, right? I just want to just say it out lah, dramatically lah. 3 things why Arsenal fans are very happy this week.
Okay,
And then the title come out.
Which are 3 things?
First, Arsenal is top of the table. Okay. Second, Arteta has been promoted to first team manager from coach. Third, Oba has signed the thing.
If you notice, it's all A. Arsenal top table. A. Arteta is now the Oba signed a new deal. Wow, so all A.
I give bonus lah. Bonus 2 more points lah. One is Arsenal beat Liverpool in Charity Shield. And the new signings, Gabriel and Willian. Willian has the most assists in the first game week, and Gabriel scored. So the two new signings performed well, contributed. So 5 points lah.
Very good. Actually, can see that Willian. He didn't play much in Chelsea, but straight away go into the into the Arsenal team, boom, impact.
I mean, he is a great player. I respect him.
I mean,
a lot.
at Chelsea, he was a magnificent player. It's just that I feel as his role was depleted at Chelsea. Well, when he's in Arsenal, when he's at Arsenal, he's like the star now. Previously in Chelsea, you know, it was depleting. You know, there was new people coming in. You've got Pulisic who's upcoming. You've got Ziyech. So you know, more or less, you know,
A lot they have a lot So, but the one thing that we have to talk about, if let's say talk about signings, of course, Liverpool. We don't have any signing. No, we have probably one signing, which is Simakas.
Yeah.
Our left back is a cover for Robo.
And we just got our second one.
And we have our second one, most probably going to be introduced soon,
Yep.
which is Thiago Alcantara.
What,
at the time of
90%?
recording,
Yeah.
it's due.
Yes,
It's
so
due.
cross fingers lah. It will take it will take like something weird that will stop him. So
Yep.
But-
Fingers crossed that the medical goes smoothly.
yes, that's the thing I'm
Yes,
talking
fingers
about.
crossed, because I mean, Thiago, to be honest, is like he has quite a history with injuries as well. So we do not know exactly how those things how will it pan out. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that nothing will go wrong from now till the announcement.
Okay, so I'm interested, right? Is he a player? Okay, two questions first. Is he a player that you guys individually, personally look forward to? And if he comes in, right, who's going to go out? Who is he going to replace?
Okay, in my opinion, all right, Thiago Alcantara, I've been actually watching this guy for years when he was at Barcelona. Okay, to me, he is the player that is the most like for like to Xavi Hernandez. Okay, the typical midfield general that we like to call it. All right, the one that I'll call this sort of players the puppet master, the ones that actually pull the strings in midfield. So every team will probably need a player of his style and stature. Okay, as in whether is he a player that we really need? Okay, I think it's more for Jurgen Klopp to decide whether is he a player that he needs. If Klopp was the one that sanctioned for this move, I believe Klopp has his plans. Okay,
Me too.
whether are they going to go to playing a different formation this season? Okay, because with Thiago and Fabinho, all right, in there, would Liverpool actually be moving into a 4-2-3-1 formation rather than sticking to the preferred 4-3-3? Yeah, so that is a question that I think as fans, we probably wouldn't be able to answer. I think only Klopp knows what he's doing. So who is he going to replace? Actually, that is a very good question. Okay, so as what I've read in the tabloids today, it seems like Thiago's signing, it's not going to be, it doesn't really matter even if no midfielders leave. Okay, even no midfielders leave. All right, the one that was highly touted to move on over the last few weeks was definitely Gini Wijnaldum. Okay, but I have looked through it myself. This is what I have seen through and what I've understood. I don't think Barcelona would want a player like Gini Wijnaldum now. Okay, because if you're looking at their midfield department, okay, Barcelona's midfield department, when you have players like De Jong, all right, Frankie De Jong, Sergio Busquets is still there. Okay, then you have this Carlos Alexia, all right, and with their upcoming star Ricky Puig, all right, and you even Arturo Vidal, who is currently still on their payroll, and he has not even finalized his move to Inter Milan, which was the reported destination. And I think, they still have quite a few other players that are still within their ranks. Okay, Busquets, there are quite a few of them over there. So if you're telling me that for Barcelona, whose current financial issues, I would just say that, all right, with their wage structure, their wage bills, and to add in another midfielder without letting go of one or two. I think it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So personally, I think Gini will stay at Liverpool. That is my call. That he's not going to move. Yeah. And now with reports emerging from Holland, that he is most likely going to sign the contract extension. So probably that is how it's going to go.
So how does the Manchester United fan feel? Because I know Thiago has been a target, right? Maybe share.
He's been a target like ever since Moyes' time. We chatted earlier how Moyes actually the football genius. I mean, I'm not really pissed off on missing out Thiago when he was like a youngster. I was more pissed off, or I still have that grudge where he missed signing, Toni Kroos. It was all set up. All he had to do was just say yes, but he cancelled Toni Kroos and signed Fellaini. Like I will remember it till I die, because that is a master stroke of the negative proportions. Because honestly speaking, it's like if this guy got ever play FIFA or not? Like, it's like that. It's like you see Toni Kroos and then you see Fellaini. It's like Fellaini. It's like no. I mean, no sensible manager would do it. But I guess But coming to 2020, missing out on Thiago. It was reported that he's we're gonna attempt to sign him. But I guess at the end of the day, like what you mentioned, the pay structure, especially when we are facing this COVID, the clubs are not earning money, gate money, and I feel like I would love to have Thiago. The more assertive player we have in our squad, the better the quality is, because every training session players get better with world-class players in the midst. But I'm not worried about Thiago so much, but I'm just worried that this whole transfer season, Manchester United has been miserable, pathetic. I mean, the one relief I would be happy about is signing Van der Beek, obviously.
Should be happy, right?
I mean, Van der Beek is actually from the beginning, from what the transfer rumours and all that, and when Van der Beek was mentioned, I was very pleased about Van der Beek. Like, that was one signing that I was looking forward to, because he's young. He's coming from a Ajax pedigree, so you're talking about Frankie De Jong and Van der Beek and
De Ligt.
Yeah, so they're all in that group that they've been grown with that heritage, that Ajax heritage in them, and it's just so nice that Edwin van der Sar happens to be Ajax CEO. So the whole thing was like a marriage in heaven. It was all fixed, very nice handoff. Even Edwin van der Sar penning a heartfelt letter to take care of his boy. So it's a nice,
like a present.
It's nice feeling, and
you guys didn't pay over the odds for him.
Correct, and I don't feel like that is enough for me. If United is going in a way where we are going to put out a statement and say, though we are one of the richest clubs in the world, we're not going to splash money and be one of those teams. I mean, you talk about Chelsea in the past, in this season spending. I mean, whether you justify or not, they're just spending the money they gain from Hazard's sale. But spending is spending. Even Liverpool, when you talk about the collective, record, signing, it's still a record. If you add Thiago in the mix, it will be a record too. So
let's talk about numbers lah, not just the price, right?
Yep.
Okay, so like I have to put in Arsenal lah. Arsenal signed a lot of defenders. So you guys, each team with Thiago, right, signed for this new season one player.
Yeah.
Or okay lah, one marquee player and one known player and one lesser known players, right? Yeah. Is that enough? Is that not enough? What do you think?
So from the Liverpool perspective, okay, I think Chimikas was a good signing. First thing is that the left back position, the backup to Andy Robertson, has always been a huge question mark over the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons.
So always Milner.
Yeah, because Milner was like the backup left back. Where every time when Robertson is injured or unfit or whatsoever, for whatever reasons. So I think Chimikas was a very logical buy. £11 million for a backup left back. I think it makes sense, all right, and it's a Greek international, so why not? So as for why Klopp and Michael Edwards didn't invest much into other areas, my personal take is that it's probably not to stifle the development of young players coming through the ranks. Players like Curtis Jones, okay, Nico Williams, all right. Then we are talking about the fourth choice left back, Benasho or something like that, if I pronounce his name correctly, okay, and Harvey Elliott. So they do have quite a fair bit of youngsters that are coming up. So is Klopp, knowing him from his days at Mainz and Dortmund, he's a person that really truly believes in developing players and not just spend for the sake of spending.
Yep.
So that could actually be, I mean, it could be a reason why there is this lack of transfer activities out there. Yeah.
Personally, are you okay with that?
No, personally, I'm okay because I personally really believe in development, in allowing the youth to, because if you don't get playing time, there's no way, no matter, you will just be a talent, you will just be a potential.
Yeah,
you
correct.
cannot become that player that you are.
How
You
you
know what I
become
mean?
Jesse Lingard. I just had to put it there.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
I mean,
just
okay, so
continue lah.
I mean, he said it in Liverpool's perspective, and I mean, I agree with him because United has that youth pedigree. I mean, United
It echoes
was
with the Man U team
built
also.
with that youth mentality in mind.
Yeah.
And over the years, we have blooded, youngsters, and whether they have stuck with the United team or they've moved with, like for example, you got Januzaj, who was touted to be the next Giggs, next Ronaldo, didn't make it at United, but
Yes.
he went on to do well in Spanish La Liga, and I mean the only fella is still there is Jesse Lingard, who's still, prospect. But whatever the thing is, I mean, I'm really upset at United's transfer activity or the lack of this season because of the trend that we're setting. Because for a while Arsenal did not spend, and then now they're spending. They've got money, they're spending on defenders, that correct department that they want to, recover. As for us, we've known the departments that we want to, enhance. And it was already, we've seen evidence during the Mourinho period where he did ask for a centre-back, was not given the centre-back money, and in the end, fired, just the consequences of it. So I'm not too sure what they are thinking, the Glazers are thinking. But personally, I mean, I'm not privileged to that information, but I personally feel it's because of that lousy deal we had with Alexis Sanchez. Because paying £500,000
It was a good deal actually.
a week to a
Good deal
player.
for Arsenal.
Yeah, it was
No,
a good
I mean,
Look
look,
at his face.
I mean, it was a good
I
deal.
didn't want him.
No, exactly. I mean, we didn't want him. Naturally, we didn't really want him. It was Mourinho who kind of went for him, similar to what he's doing now.
With
Because
Bale.
With Bale and
Bale is coming back, guys.
And Real Madrid. I mean what's his name? Regulon, is it?
Reguilon.
Reguilon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. We wanted him, but now he's like, I want him.
So you look at it like it's a personal agenda,
Vendetta, yeah. I mean,
a vendetta kind of
At that
thing.
time,
he wanted,
Mourinho.
because Man City was the one touted to get him.
Exactly.
Right?
and I feel like paying 500,000 a month for a player who was injured, barely showed up for us. He played the piano better than playing football for us. And I just feel like, and then half of the time he was, in the other half of the
I've heard
time,
of this before.
Yeah.
Like a broken record.
no, it's a broken piano. But the thing is, that's the thing. I guess we don't know yet. I mean, maybe this is their way of telling the world that, look, you guys have fooled us. Arsenal especially. attention. You fooled us.
Really?
But now we're not gonna take shits anymore.
But there was recently Sanchez reportedly said that from the first day of training he went at Manchester United, he told his agent, "Can I not go back to Manchester?"
Can I have a say?
Arsenal training better lah actually.
No, wait. Can I say, at the end of the day, right? If you call yourself a world-class professional, you have to take it in strides. Okay, it's just like us when we enlisted to the army. The moment you shaved and started training, you wanted to go back, right? Nobody said I love this one.
I love this. I sign on.
unless you are that type. Why Sanchez?
For me, it's like this signing for Thiago. A lot of our fans are worried about one thing lah. It's not about signing because of the sake of signing, spending money. Especially because now Liverpool is, we are the defending champions, so the draw is there. Players should want to play for defending champions. Players should want to play for Klopp because Klopp is our manager. But I think one of the most important, which is valid, and I agree with a lot of our fans, is because our style of play is becoming a bit more predictable, especially with those teams that are sitting deep. So Thiago, to me, as the puppet master or the guy who actually is a playmaker or deep lying playmaker or creative player, it will be a different key to unlock this, which is a great addition to the team. This is what's missing. Because our midfield has always been the hardworking one, hassle, but we don't have that creative midfield.
We lack the creativity.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Supposed to be Keita, right?
Keita he gives probably a different avenue, but I think okay, I will cut Keita some slack over the last 2 seasons because language barrier is one thing.
Yep.
So I mean now it's clear that he is starting to communicate in English.
Yes.
And I mean, let's hope that the injuries think of a pass. Because Keita, if you bring back the RB Leipzig Keita, Keita was touted as potentially the greatest, the best midfielder in the world at the time.
In Bundesliga, is the number one.
Yeah.
He's the number one
so
midfielder.
It's like, I believe the scouting team knows what they are looking at. So I still believe that Naby Keita has a lot to offer for Liverpool. Yeah, in this Liverpool setup. And because it's like the future is, because Henderson, Gini, all right, they are already in it. Milner is probably, I think this will be his final season. I think this will be his final season. So you are probably looking at 3 midfielders, one who's going to go soon, and 2 who are entering into their 30s.
Yep.
You definitely need new blood to actually come on.
Yes.
And that is why I think Keita would have a lot to play in this season under Klopp.
So the new midfield, with what headache that Klopp have with the signing of Thiago, it will just give him a good headache. Which kind of tactical change he has to do to unlock this team or to feel kind of. So this is like,
I mean, it's just good. It's just good to have that extra option. I mean,
yes, exactly.
I mean, now that you have COVID and then it's been a long season or long year basically, because after Project Restart, the players will had like 30 days of rest period, and then now we're looking to the first season. I mean, the first game has already gone past us, and so I mean, there are some teams that have not started yet. The first game, and so they have not taken a huge break. I mean, normally they'll go for a summer break, they'll come back a bit fat and all that kind of thing. But no, now they're all conditioned
immediately starting,
and the probability of getting injured is very high, especially at this point in time, because they've not taken a proper rest. So the body has not recovered, or they've not even had the time to bulk up, for example.
Very true.
Yeah. So
agree.
it's the more the merrier. I mean, again, I'm upset that we have not signed really anyone yet. I mean, Donny van der Beek is obviously short-term, long-term kind of guy. Still hoping, we will sign Sancho. Hoping. When this all comes out, hopefully, there's some kind of movement, because Sancho has already played for Dortmund during their club game, and I don't know. United can be a sneaky tactic. They like, I want to just run it down. I mean, mind you, the transfer window is going to open. It's still going to be
Until
open until October. So it's going to be a long time for them to really decide. And they've got the money. Clearly, they've got the money. Is why I'm not too sure why they're hesitating.
He don't want to go to United, I think.
No, but